What's going on, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Make sure y'all can hear me. It's your big brother K-Rino, man. And before we get started, I want to make it understood and clear that my comments on this particular subject that we're on right now um, will deal with the case itself a little bit because I don't like to act like I know more about this type of stuff than I actually know. But the part that I'm going to mainly focus on, I do know about, and that is us versus us, and how us as Black people are very, very quick and fast to throw each other away. Thus, the title of this video, and to try to get into some of the psychology and some of the reasons behind why we do that. We know what a lot of it is rooted in, and we may not have time to go into a lot of that stuff, but it is something that we need to be aware of and recognize and put a stop to. Because too many times throughout history, y'all, there have been situations where we, as Black people, we have made mistakes. We have stepped out of bounds. We have fumbled, dropped the ball. We have made a mistake in our life. And whether it be publicly as a celebrity, a big name person, or whether it be privately, broken all the way down to just you and your community or your family and locally. And we are so quick to just condemn each other. One thing, see, that's it. Done with him. Done with her. Throw the book at them. That's what they get. These are the things that we say to each other. So y'all hit the like button as y'all come in, man. I appreciate y'all coming in because I didn't really put up any social media posts that I was gonna go live, but hit that like button as y'all come in, man. But the reason why we think like that has to be dealt with, man, because we look at that sister Brittney Griner, who, if y'all don't know, she's being held in a Russian jail. Russian authorities, when she was traveling, and they caught like under a gram of was it hash? Was it marijuana? Some hash oil or whatever it is they caught. It was an illegal substance, and she's been detained for 130 something days. She's coming up on half a year, and for the amount of what she had, we know if this probably would have happened over here, it wouldn't have been an issue or no big deal. But different laws in different lands, and we understand that. But the problem is that we have put her in a box where we're looking at her like she tried to smuggle 20 keys over there or something like that. And I'm not even talking about the Russian government. Keep that in mind. I'm talking about how we, not all of us. Let me say that first. How a lot of us are responding to the ordeal that she's going through over there. She wrote a letter to the president. I made a video about that. Y'all can watch my view on that by watching that video. I never trusted any president, and I don't trust this one, just like I didn't trust the one before this one, and just like I won't trust the one after this one, if it is one indeed after this one. A lot of times they will be more reactive in terms of how they move. So now that this letter's been written, and now that a lot of the fuss is starting to be made about Brittney Griner, now the White House is kind of rumbling and acting like they're gonna do something, and you know we'll see. But a lot of the comments I read on social media as it relates to Brittney Griner is like, well, you do the time, you do the crime. You do the crime, you do the time. Hey, she gotta serve her. She gotta get her. Shouldn't have done it. That was dumb. That was stupid. She knew better. She flies to Russia all the time. She played out there. She know how they get down. She know if the timing was off. You know this war was starting. You know all the different things that people are saying on social media. And whether or not we can agree and say, okay, well, it was a mistake. It was something that she made a mistake in doing, or it may be the amount is so small, it may be something she didn't even realize. But whatever the case is, man, whatever you want to say, we got to stop being so self-righteous, man. We carry ourselves, man, like we are flawless in our character. Like we never have made a mistake. We have never did anything um, silly, or dumb, or stupid. We've never done anything like that. We have just carried ourselves through life perfectly. And it's amazing how many people think like that. And I'm talking to us right now. I'm talking to black folks right now, man, because we have to get out of that mindset. And on another note, a lot of people are throwing her to the dogs and saying, whatever, do whatever you want to. I don't care, because she's a member of the LGBTQ community, because she's a gay woman. So that's another side of it in itself. Now, here's the deal. Whether or not you agree with her lifestyle, whether or not you agree with her lifestyle, we have to understand that as it relates to us as a people, we are bigger than a lifestyle choice that we make. We're bigger than that. Our connection to each other should be bigger than a lifestyle choice. Now, some of y'all don't want to hear that. Some of y'all, oh man, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. Look, we can argue over if it's right or if it's wrong. I'm not a person who agrees with the lifestyle either. Let me just say that. But on the same token, just like I said, I see her as a black woman, a black sister, first and foremost over anything. Because there are aspects of your lifestyle that are wrong. There are aspects of my lifestyle that are wrong, and everybody else who walks this planet. But there are certain things and certain ones of us that we take it upon ourselves to be the moral police and the moral judge to say, my sin is not worse than this person's sin. And that's something that we all got to deal with that with our creator. We got to deal with that. But those of us who will claim to have a little knowledge, claim to have a little wisdom, claim to have a little sense in our head, when we resort to just throwing that sister away like that, really for whatever reason, there are only a few things that I would look at a person and say, I'm done with them. It's only a few one hitter quitter type of moments that things the person could do where I would look and say, no, 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 no. He got to go. She got to go. Somebody messing with little children or something like that. Nah, you got to go. Somebody walk in like these mass shooters, these mass shooters and just going around here killing innocent people. Nah, you got to go. But for a sister to get caught with less than a gram of whatever it is she had, and to go through the ordeal that she's going through. Because here's the deal. If you was here in the United States, I'm talking to all of y'all right now, and something happened where you got arrested and detained for something, if you just not a person who's used to being arrested where it's not no big deal, you're not worried about this your first rodeo. You've never been snatched up like that before. So you like scared to death. Your draws are milky right about now. And You right here at home. And if it seems like it's taking too long for your people to come and get you, or if it's taking too long for them to even allow you to contact your people, you start to feel a little anxious, a little worried. Because now you start to like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. And that's right here at home. So just imagine being in another country, and even when you get detained and it's revealed, hey, well, we found this in your bag, or blah, blah, whatever, whatever, you may feel a little something, but your first thought is going to be, well, I mean, I don't think this is going to be too big of a deal. I'll explain it, blah, blah, blah. Especially if you're a celebrity, you know, hey, look, I play over here. Hey, you don't really think. But as the process starts to go on, and now you look, and it's like, wait a minute, y'all haven't had me in here a week now. Wait a minute, it's been 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now. See, put yourself in that mind frame and put yourself in that situation. Now it's been a month. Now it's been 2 months. And as she said in the letter that she wrote to the president, she said, I'm starting to feel like I'm going to be over here forever. Because now the dynamic has changed. The mindset is like, wait a minute, I don't feel like anybody is back home fighting for me. And the people who care about me enough to fight for me, they don't have the power. They don't have the pull necessary to really impact the situation. But awareness is starting to grow, and you're starting to hear about it more and more and more. But we're 6 months in now, something like that. So put yourself in that person's position, or if you don't want to put yourself in Brittney's position, imagine yourself in her position. Imagine one of your loved ones in that position. Imagine your son or your daughter in that exact same position. Would you still hold that kind of mindset of, oh, well, hey, shouldn't have done it? Now, I would understand if they were at home. You know, sometimes your child may do something and hey, man, Junior got arrested. Arrested for what? That's the first question. What happened? Well, they called him. He had a joint on his ear, and they had. You might say, some parents might say, okay, well, you know what? He be all right, let him learn the hard way. I told that boy not to be riding around. You might say that because you in a tough love kind of mode in that particular moment. And you understand that it's really not going to be that serious. But other parents are like, forget that. Okay, I know he did wrong. Hey, I'm going to get my son or my daughter out of there. I'll deal with them in terms of the reprimanding and the punishment. So it's different ways to think about that. But in another country, freaking another continent, you don't know the laws. You don't know how the system operates. And we're finally starting to kind of get some understanding of how the system operates over there. And it doesn't look good in terms of um, the conviction rate is through the roof over there, to make a long story short. I found all this out just yesterday. They have like a almost 100% conviction. It's almost like it don't even do no good to go to court in terms of going to court with the intentions of defending yourself, because they have like a 99% conviction rate, meaning that if you go to court over there, you gonna be found guilty. You guilty. You done. It's just about what your punishment is gonna be. That's basically what the purpose of court is over there. So if you have a 1% rate of being acquitted, that's some hard percentages working against you. So Now, again, put yourself in that mind frame. So what happens when you over there and you find that out? Well, to be honest with you, they're going to convict you. They're going to find you guilty. And today she pled guilty because I'm sure that at the advice of whoever's representing her, they probably told her the same thing. Look, it doesn't do any good to try to fight, or it's not like that, like it is in America, even though uh, millions have been railroaded right here in America. We're not going to act like America's judicial system is so wonderful. So she pled guilty and is facing up to 10 years. So the strategy is, okay, if she pleads guilty, if they say, okay, you're guilty, which they're most likely going to do according to the experts, but we don't know, then they'll try to set up some kind of way where they could swap and bring her home after pleading guilty, after the fact. That's the plan. But what we have to do, we got to be more supportive publicly, and whatever little disagreements and grievances you may have about that person's lifestyle or that person's thoughts or that person's comments in a certain situation, deal with it like other groups of people deal with it. Deal with it in-house. Deal with it privately. We got to get up there and express how that's what she get. Well, she should have knew better. Oh, well, do the crime, do the time. That's what she get. Man, is that what your son get? That what your daughter get? That's what you get? Would you say that's what I get? If it was you, would you sit there and say, well, that's what I get? Or would you say, man, I made a mistake. I only had just a little bit of what I had. And it's not to try to justify any kind of wrongdoing. But that's what you think. You would feel like, hey, I've done 6 months in here. The self-righteous mindset, bro, is a disease that many of us suffer from. We have a tendency to block out our own ways once we set our eyes on the mistakes and the flaws of somebody else. We instantly put a wall between us and any wrongdoing that we've ever done in our life. And we start just throwing down lightning bolts at that person. But if you think back to your own upbringing, your own childhood, your own adulthood, many of us have had situations where we put ourselves in the grease and somebody came and bailed us out, literally or figuratively, when in reality, we were wrong in what we did. Now, that's different. You say, well, man, I didn't do it. Hey, man, they snatched me up for no reason, man. Okay, and it was the truth. But a lot of times, yeah, you did it. I did it. And somebody came along knowing you did it, and despite the fact that you did it, they pulled you out. So who the hell are you to try to say, just leave her? That's what she get. See? And see, Francisco, I see your comment. You said you're kind of confusing me. We just saying take responsibility, don't run from your problem. What problem did she run from? She's detained. She's not bucking and going crazy and hollering, screaming. She pleaded guilty today. See, the point that you may be missing, Brother Francisco. I'm not saying to ignore responsibility. That's what I said at the very beginning of the video. We can look at it and say, well, maybe you should have checked your bag before, you should have made sure, you should have. Okay, yeah, that's true. What I'm speaking of, and just what I'm on my point before I glanced and saw your comment, what I'm speaking of is how when we see that a person made a mistake, did something wrong, that's why I'm talking about it like this. We are quick to just condemn. I've never seen a situation where it was implied in any way through any type of exchange between Brittney Griner and coming back and forth. Haven't been many. The way she didn't take responsibility is being neglected. Nor have I seen a situation where anybody speaking on her behalf is trying to duck responsibility. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that everybody messes up. Everybody falls short, makes a mistake. But why is it that we keep making the bigger mistake of condemning our own people when they make a mistake? See? And again, the magnitude of this is inflated because it's an international situation. So that's why, like I said, this happened over here. We would have already forgotten that it was a story. It wouldn't even made the front part of the headlines. But to say, well, she got to take responsibility. Oh, she's taking responsibility. She's been taking responsibility for 140 days, or however long she's been in there. She's taking responsibility. She's in there. But what place, what role do we have? What role should we play in terms of not being so condemning to our own people? Okay, let's play the game. Okay, cool. She shouldn't have went over there. And I'm just talking. Okay, I'm good. She shouldn't have went over there. Shouldn't have had the stuff in the bag. And when she went over there, she should have checked the bag. All the boxes she should have checked before she went. Okay, let me give you that. Cool, you got that. All right. Even with all that, told you it was 0.7 grams. Even with all that, is that worth us throwing her away like some are doing? Not everybody. Is that worth that? Did she kill somebody? Did she throw a baby out of an airplane? I'm confused, but I'm really not. There's a self-hate that's instilled in us, and a hate for self, hate for each other that's instilled in us that we got to break. How many of us have ever been hanging out with one? How many of you got that crazy friend? That's your friend. That's your boy. That's your girl. You got nothing but love for them. But anytime you go somewhere with them, they get you caught up in something. They get you caught up in something. They get you jammed up in something. Right? And in the moment that y'all are in the mix, when this dude done got you jammed up in something, y'all all fighting to get out of it together. But all the while, you knew he was wrong. You knew she was wrong. You knew she started it. But we all together, we got to get out of it. Now, on the way home, and when we get home, because that's the objective, to get home, then you check your homeboy. Then you check your homegirl and say, hey, man, you got to stop doing that, man. I ain't finna be hanging out with you. I ain't finna be. That's when you do that. But you're not going to let your boy get jammed up. See? So I'm bringing it down to a hood principle to kind of make us understand the big scale. See? And this is a celebrity. We don't know what other type of dynamics may be involved in holding her. We don't know that, if at all. And I'm not going to speak too deeply on that because I don't know. But I put that out there as a possibility. We don't know. But yet, as Black people, we quick to forgive the enemy. We quick to forgive somebody that comes in and shoots up everybody. Members of the victim's own family will stand in the courtroom and say, I'm praying for your soul. I pray that the Lord forgives you and that your soul is accepted into heaven, even though you just murdered my nephew. We're quick to sit in the courtroom and hug the police officer who killed our brother. Can I give, Your Honor, can I give her a hug? I don't want you to serve 10 years for killing my brother, my blood brother. I don't want you to serve 10 years for killing my blood. We quick to forgive that. Something that's on a way higher level. But this sister get caught with under 7 grams of some stuff, and that's what she get? Oh well, shouldn't have did it. She knew what it was. Why are you so mad? Why are you so vengeful on the behalf of the system? Whether it be the American system or the Russian system. Why are you so vengeful and so adamant about this sister getting what she gonna get? That's on you. Y'all hit that like button for your brother, man. Cause I gotta say it, man. I gotta give y'all this. I gotta give y'all this because these are ways that are gonna mess you up at some point down the line, and it's gonna boomerang on you because again, many of y'all got brothers, sisters, everybody got somebody. Everybody got somebody. And you know good and well you have been in the situation where your people, your son, daughter, cousin, brother, mama, daddy have done something out of line, and you had to come and clean it up. And what if the thing that your child did got out into the public? It was big enough to make the news. And you heard the people's opinions swirling and talking and condemning your child, even though your child may have done something wrong. What would be your thought process? Even if you felt like, okay, well, my son gotta suffer the consequences of what they did. Even if you felt like that, would you still be okay with the public chatter and the vitriol? Why y'all mad? Y'all mad because she gay? Somebody in your family is gay. Just cut them off. Just cut them off all the way. Well, you got to do a lot of cutting off then. If that's your logic, not asking nobody to agree with the lifestyle, you don't have to. I don't. But if your logic is, I'm going to hate you because of your lifestyle, and then that's why I feel like whatever happens to you. Okay, if you don't cut them off, you got a lot of cutting off to do. Because somebody at that restaurant that you're getting ready to go eat at, They're part of that lifestyle. The chef who cooked your food might have been part of that lifestyle, might be part of that lifestyle. Person who designed your clothes that you wearing might have been part of that lifestyle, or might be a part of that lifestyle. So you got to take them clothes off. Can't eat at that restaurant. Look, can't drive that car because one of the designers of that car and the manufacturer worked on it. He was. See? And everybody keeps saying we got to take responsibility for our own actions. Tell me something I don't know. And who is saying that we don't? That's not. Look, bro, I never claimed, yes, I have, but I'm not the smartest person in the world. But I got enough understanding to look at a thing and to listen to a person's word to understand the level and the context in which their subject is being presented. It's seeming like some of y'all don't understand the context that my subject is being presented, because y'all keep saying, we just saying she got to take responsibility. The title of this video is, why are we so quick to throw each other away? Or why do we throw each other away so fast? Meaning, we understand if something has been done, a violation has been committed, responsibility has to be taken. But why do we throw each other away like y'all are doing? She got to take responsibility. If she didn't take responsibility, if there was no responsibility that was levied on her, she wouldn't have got arrested in the first place. Or she may have said in her letter, hey man, look, I'm a celebrity, I'm BG. Y'all, man, what's up? See? Doesn't make sense what y'all are saying. Respectfully, we disagree because y'all are arguing a point that I'm not even addressing. Of course she has to take responsibility. Just like you got to take responsibility. Just like your child, your sister, whoever got to take responsibility. But after you take your responsibility, after you take that responsibility for something like lightweight like that, still got to take responsibility. You got it. You're right. Do you deserve to be condemned? That is the point of this whole conversation. Do you deserve to be condemned? Does she deserve to be condemned? Does she deserve to even hear you say, you need to take responsibility? Duh. Self-righteousness is man, it's a serious thing, man, in the world. But I'm addressing it from the standpoint of our community. Let me see what y'all talking about, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all long. But we see too many times, man. Too many times. Y'all ain't. We don't. Not everybody, but we don't hold the United States government accountable on the level that we should hold them on. I hear black people talking about we need to stop talking about slavery because it was a long time ago. You were taking the responsibility off of them. I hear black people talking about, man, y'all need to quit asking for reparations. I hear black people saying that, taking the responsibility off of them on that. Not saying that y'all think like that, but If y'all do, then your whole argument about Brittney taking responsibility is out the window. Holds no weight. We're going to condemn for a mistake. Shh, we got a whole lot of condemning to do. Stop using the technology that you use. Throw that iPhone away. Because Bill Gates and all these other cats, we know what they do. So, hey, if it's about the responsibility and all that, disassociate yourself and denounce the usage of all the things that you use on an everyday basis, because it's somebody involved in that with a sick mind. Stop listening to music, because the people who run the entertainment industry are perverts and freaks and sick. Stop watching these TV shows, because the people that run Hollywood, see what y'all talking about, man. Mac Meany says lemons to lemonade. She is the first black person to ever be taken seriously as a political prisoner. Is she being taken seriously? She's being taken seriously by those who care about her. Taken seriously would mean taken seriously by the government as being somebody that this government values that we want to get back home. She's taken seriously by her family. SFV says, I feel we need our own justice system. The only way we're going to get our own justice system is to separate from this system who's never given us justice. If we separate and build our own nation, our own world away from them, then automatically we get our own justice system. Psychonaut Productions. What if people die in the process of retrieving our own? How should we approach that? I don't understand what you mean. What if people die in the process of retrieving our own? Elaborate. Retrieving our own what? Calculus says, amen for second chances in life. Amen for forgiveness. Amen that love is real. Look, some of us do not believe in second chances unless it's somebody that don't look like us. Oh yeah, then they get 99 chances. But when your brother, your sister mess up, you done. That's like when we talk about black-owned businesses and things of that nature. You go to black-owned business and they mess your order up one time and you never go there again, and you put a bad review, you get all in your social media and talk about how terrible the place was. But you go to other establishments over and over again, get mistreated over and over again, you keep going back. See, that's a mental illness. What we're dealing with this sister is mental illness, man. See? Francisco says, not like running from her problems, but like you said, she got us over here pulling for her, but also at the same time, she knew she a weed head, and I'm not condemning. So you saying, because you bouncing back and forth. She got us over here putting for her, but she knew she was a weed head. First of all, how you know she a weed head? But when you word it the way you word it, it's basically still saying, so that's what she get, at least to me. A vape pen. I agree. When you travel, hey man, look, when It doesn't matter. I don't care if you go. Look, I'm the dude. Back in the days, I didn't even, and I'm still like, I don't even like to ride in a car with certain ones of my partners that like to ride around and smoke. Because even in my 20s, I never understood that. The weed smokers got to kind of make me understand that one, because I never understood how we could be sitting in the crib all day just chilling. And then we get in the car. As soon as we get in the car and hit the streets, y'all want to fire up some weed. So yeah, you have to cover yourself. You have to make sure that, hey man, look, I'm not gonna give anybody any reason to jam me up or jam myself up. I'm not gonna create a situation where I jam. So I got to move clean, especially when you overseas, especially when you're traveling. But on the same token, man, golly, man, it's levels in terms of dishing out a punishment. It's like, man. So I'm gonna get treated the same way for stealing a candy bar out the store that I would get treated if I robbed a bank. See, that's how I equate. It's like, see, boss lady in the building. King David, you couldn't be more wrong. You said you're making it sound like because your skin looks the same that she deserves a lighter sentencing. No, you just remixed my words or more understanding. Nah, no, that sets us back again. No, you making up a narrative that never came out of my mouth. What I said was, as black people, we should not be so quick to condemn and throw each other away behind a mistake. That's what I said. Because unity does not always mean that we agree with each other on everything. So I can look and say, man, King, like, okay, King David, if you're a brother, I don't agree with that comment you just made. I feel like that comment was totally inaccurate in terms of what you're saying, I'm saying. But for the cause, the bigger cause of unity among our people, I'm not going to shoot you all the way to the left. And I don't mess with King David no more, man. Nah, you got to really do something that just takes you out, period, in my eyes, where I said, nah, you a different kind of dude. I can't move with you. So in this particular case, my job now is to correct you in terms of your misinterpretation of what you're saying I'm saying. That's it. Nah. A lighter sentence is based on what it is you did. And for under a freaking gram of whatever, now people will say, well, that's the law over there. The law over there is this, the law over there. I understand that. But I can have my opinion on just the magnitude, the levels of, like, just like I said, I'm gonna steal a candy bar and get 20 years in prison. See what y'all talking about, man. And to your point, you said, I don't think you would have the same energy if it was a Chinese woman. I know, especially if it was a white woman. Well, look, let me explain something to you, bro. Because I gotta tell you this. I would not have the same energy if a house was on fire next door to my house, and then one of my children is not in that house that's on fire, as I would if my house was on fire and they said, my children are in that house, my energy changes. I got to get mine out of there because we have a natural affinity to our own. And if you don't, then it's something that ain't clicking in your head. So it's no disrespect to any other group, any other individual, any other race that might be in a same particular situation. But naturally, of course, I'm going to have an inclination to my own. So Brittney Griner is my sister. So of course, I'm going to focus and pay more attention to this situation. That's natural. Just like the Chinese that you said, the Chinese woman that you mentioned in your comment, in the same scenario, she would say her Chinese man or Chinese fellow citizen would feel the same way. It's a natural inclination. There ain't nothing wrong with that. So yeah, you're right. We agree on that. Because she has melanin, you are correct. It's natural. You think that a lion is going to care about if he sees a wounded hyena? But there's a wounded lion somewhere. That's it's natural. So that's no hell of a revelation to say that. Hold on, I'm going the wrong way. Let me address this cat real quick. I'm in the mood today, so we can play. What that dude that who just said that nonsense at? Must not be meant for me to speak on it because now I can't find it. All right, if I see it again, I'll bring it up. We would let a personal issue that we have with somebody that's not even worth it, we would let that sink the whole ship. I was going to say something about another situation, but I don't want the ladies to jump on my head, even though they wouldn't. I'm just joking. I'm still looking at y'all comments, so this is the time to put them up. All right. Black people, man. Whoo. So when you say that, Tokus 420, you say it wasn't just a vape pen. There were several vape cartridges at customs. It was like they snuck up on her. She brought the ruckus and got dealt with. Okay, that's fine. But when you bring the ruckus, that's the energy that I want to see y'all keep. When your son bring the ruckus, as you say, I want to see you keep that energy. Trying to find something that y'all are saying. Trying to get to a lot of y'all comments. I don't want to just deal with one or two people that's talking. PTP CEO, I see you, man. Much love. Three Ball says, your lifestyle has nothing to do with me. Who am I to place judgment on someone else? Yeah, I mean, we, in certain situations, we let our disagreements breed hate and cause us to hate each other. I can dislike what you do and still have love for you. I'm a poet and I did know it. I can disagree what you do. I can disagree with what you do and still have love for you. It's possible. LW in the building. Well, you said, Elder, you say, I agree, these people not trying to understand your topic. No, no, and I think what more so it is that we have an issue, and I ain't saying this in a disrespectful way. I don't really care who get mad, no way, but we have an issue with taking things out of context and putting them into our own we take things and remix them. We can read something directly. You can hear somebody speaking directly in the vein that they're speaking in, and people will still process it in a totally inaccurate way. Inaccurate way. And you be like, that's not what I said. That's not what I mean. But when you already have a preset view of your own, sometimes it's hard for people, or they subconsciously are gonna still ignore the context you're speaking in and spew out the view that they looking at, or they'll tell you what you meant. Like, so it's all right, because guess what? My purpose is only to express it the way I feel it, the way I see it. Now, when you process it however you process it, that's on you. And if you process it wrong, that's on you. But I can always go back and revert back to what I said and what I meant when I said it, because I knew coming in how I meant it when I said it. Can you dig it? T. Solomon, I appreciate you. Francisco, we all got sins. We won't judge you. We love you. So how you gonna quote my words? It is sounding like, you know what? I can't say that. Sounded like you was being a little judgmental. I guess I did say it. But you're right. See, we get off to these kind of, see, it's something negative that's in us. And this is the truth, because I see it every day on social media. It's something about us that we seem to thrive and get off on seeing bad things happen to people. Somebody lost their job. You didn't really like that person. So now you low key happy that they lost their job. A celebrity that you don't even know gets arrested for something. You low key kind of happy that it happened. See, yeah, money can't save him now. Why are you even on that level like that? What is it in you? What is it in us that makes us seem to rejoice? Why is it that because if y'all are familiar with my channel, y'all know that I don't post a lot of negativity. I don't do a lot of celebrity controversy and gossip and smut media and all. I don't do a lot of that because it's not productive, and it's not a wise thing to do or a loving thing to do with our own people when they take a misstep. It's enough people piling on. So why is it that those types of stories, when you see it happen to a certain person, celebrity, whoever, those are the stories that get all the views? All the views. Millions of people want to see the bad thing that happened to the person. But if something good, the person does something good, oh man, that dude, he bought 20 rent houses, man, and rented them out to a community for real cheap price. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah. Scroll past that. I want to see how much time R. Kelly got. We like to dwell on the worst part of each other. We like to dwell on the worst part of each other. Never taking into consideration that it could be you or yours one day. And if you've never been anybody that's famous or celebrity, because there's levels to fame and popularity. You have superstar celebrities that everybody knows this person can't walk through Walmart without getting mobbed. You have people, okay, we know who this person is. Then all the way down, you got local celebrities. If you've never been that kind of person and have never received or had any criticisms, negative criticisms levied at you on any level, and have seen the backlash and the comments and you never experienced that, then you are dismissive or you are disassociated with how messed up that really is. Because at the end of the day, these people are still people, and you never factor in the one thing that a lot of people will say, people in religion, people outside of religion, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And you know what that means? That means that when you see a person going through a negative situation, whether it's self-inflicted or not, but even if it's self-inflicted, we're going to touch on that. If it's self-inflicted, where you can honestly say, well, you, me, everybody else would have to agree, well, yeah, he did that to himself. We would all have to agree with that. Regardless if that's the case, we should always look at it and go, okay, but you know what? I'm going to stay out of that. I ain't going to speak on that. You know why I ain't going to do? You know why I'm going to stay out of that? Because I ain't perfect either. You think back to all the stuff you did. Think back to things that you did. Think back to stuff you did that you got away with on that level. You say, "Ooh, man, you know what? I ain't gonna throw no stones. He who is without sin cast the first stone. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Before you point out the splint in my eye, take the beam out of your own." Y'all better stop being them old, that's what you get type of people. Y'all better stop it. I told you it's only a handful of things that constitute all bets being off. I walk in the room and you fondling a child, all bets are off. You raping women, you serial raping women and victimizing old people, jacking, and all bets are off. But I get caught with a vape cartridge and 0.7 grams of some stuff. Oh, well, bye. Whatever they give her, whatever they give her. So y'all that think like that, what should be her punishment? It's punishable up to 10 years. She should get 10 years for that. How much time should she get? Since y'all are the moral police. Y'all are the moral police. How much time should she get? Cavelli in studio said 3 months. She already did that. 3 Balls said not even 10 days. Now we talking about America though, y'all. We talking about Russia now. But just in the grand scheme of universal law, because we like I say, I just explained what I learned yesterday about how their system works, and that 99% of people who are brought into court are going to be found guilty. And she's already pleaded guilty. So if we think about it from the American system, which ain't worth nothing either. But I'm just saying in general, if that was a universal law. So stop trying to just tear her down like that's what you get. Look at the offense. Judge whatever you believe to be a worthy discipline based on the degree of the offense. This ain't no international scandal. So Aaron says, as a Russian citizen, a person should get 10 years. You telling me that you think that a Russian citizen, I ain't even on Brittney right now. I'm going to your life. You telling me that if you are a citizen of Russia and you get caught with 0.7 grams, what did she have? What was it? You 0.7 grams or whatever. You telling me that a person should do 10 years in prison? You believe that? So how much time should they get if they rob somebody? 1,000 years in prison? Aaron, you were saying that even in Russia, I had to ask this question again. You're saying that a Russian citizen that gets caught with 7 grams of weed, no, not 7 grams, 0.7 grams, should get 10 years in prison? Whew. Come on, man. That's why I say we got to be more, we got to be, expand your mind, man. Come on, y'all. Marvin, I appreciate the love, my brother. And there might be different dynamics involved on some international stuff. But again, like I said at the beginning, I'm not going to speak on that because I'm not knowledgeable of that on any levels. So I would be foolish to start saying, well, see what it is. See, they know that I ain't going to do that. See, L-Dub, just because a place has certain laws doesn't mean it makes sense. Yeah, everybody. See, you got man's law, then you got God's law. And God is merciful. God is merciful. Man just ain't too merciful. That's why I made this video. Because as Black people, we don't have that merciful spirit when we need to have it. Now, we'll have it if somebody come in and shoot up your whole family, then you'll have it. Some white dude come along and spray your whole family, oh, then you'll be merciful then. You get enslaved for 400 years and no compensation, not even a penny for it. Oh, we'll be merciful then. Well, that was a long time ago. We shouldn't even still be talking about that. Why y'all still talking about that? Leave them alone. But you know what, SFV, that's a good point you make. The people who run this world are the biggest, dirtiest, lowest hypocrites, sickest minded folks breathing. So they will condemn you. They will throw the, not the book. They won't throw the book at you. They'll throw the whole library at you over an offense. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, they doing the most of the most. Mind's eye. Yeah, please expand your mind, bro. Do you know how infinite the human mind is? When God created us, the human mind has the ability to expand to infinite degrees. There's no limitation to the amount of information and the amount of things and receptiveness that the mind can take on. So for us to be so narrow-minded in moments, we shortchanging ourselves. Learn to look at a thing from multiple angles, not just your initial emotional response when you see, oh, yep, see, look. That's how we end up throwing each other under the bus in certain situations, because we'll watch the news or we'll read an article and we'll read about somebody who is in some trouble, and you'll see the word, you'll see, well, he was charged because he allegedly blah, 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 domestically abused his wife. He allegedly, and then we don't hear the word allegedly. We hear the word domestic abuse against his wife, and oh man, oh boy, done beat up his wife. First thing we say, brush right past, and that's what happened in this particular live I'm doing right now. The context is lost. No, he said allegedly. You got to be real sharp in reading and locking in on the way something is worded, the way something is said, because it'll be a coded mixture of certain words that will trigger our emotions and other words that are tucked in there that we totally overlook. Notorious. Oh, you want to see what my shirt say? Shout out to my homie Decipher, SPC2G. Them damn twins made the shirt for me last year. There you go. See, Lance Walton just made a point. Those cops that put all them bullets in Jalen should serve jail time for murder, but they'll let them off the hook. And even if they don't let them off the hook, see, that's like Derek Chauvin. You know, they just gave him another 20-year sentence for violating the civil rights of George Floyd when he murdered George Floyd. But to me, that particular punishment means nothing, because they set up the 20-year sentence. He was already serving a 20-year sentence. They applied another 20-year sentence to him, but it was set up to run concurrently, meaning that he doesn't now have 20 plus 20 equal 40. Now they're sticking the 20 that they gave him today inside of the 20 they already gave him, and it's running together. So really, it's just still 20. I don't like that. He's one of those all bets are off type of scenarios. Police officer killed George Floyd the way he did. All bets are off. He got off easy. So if Brittney Griner's offense is punishable up to 10 years, you telling me that 0.7 grams is punishable up to 10 years. 10 years, that's only half of what Derek Chauvin, the killer of George Floyd, received for murder. But two different nations. I get it. I get it. I don't get it, but I get it. Y'all give me the 100 likes, man. Can y'all give me to 100 likes? Are we able to do that? Anybody that haven't hit the like button, hit it right now and get your big brother up to 100. We like to keep it 100 off in here. We don't have 2, 3, 5, 10,000 people on our lives. You know, We rock with our tight little group, and I appreciate y'all. I got nothing but love for y'all. So let's get up to 100 likes, man. We almost there. I appreciate y'all. In Massini Choice, let me answer your question like this. If somebody saw a female member of your family and they say, hey, man, I heard your sister was a man. Is that true? How would that sound to you coming out of somebody else's mouth? See? That's a disrespectful question, man. Hey, man, I heard your mama was a man. Is that true? They adopted you, didn't they? Come on, man. King Kong Balls, man, thank you for the love. I appreciate the love, appreciate the donation as usual, man. Exactly. That would sound horrible. See, that's what I mean, man. We gotta be more thoughtful. And when I say thoughtful, I mean we need to think before we just spew stuff out our mouth, man. Or type stuff out. We need to think, man. Think about, again, this is my whole point of this whole video I'm doing right now, is because we look at people's situation and we start going in on them without thinking about the person that's in the situation. That sister is going through hell right now over some lightweight stuff, right? She's scared. She's worried. She's concerned about her own family. She's concerned about herself. She don't even know if she's gonna come back home. She's feeling neglected, feeling like people forgot about her. She put in a letter to the president, don't forget about us. And why did she say us? Well, everybody trying to say, oh man, there's other people out. Yeah, she's aware of that. So she's speaking on not just her own behalf, even in her own struggle, she's speaking on behalf of other detainees, American citizens that are detained in Russia as well. She ain't just speaking on her own behalf. And that would be a real easy to do when you really in the grease. Y'all seen the Titanic? I'm a Titanic historian for some reason. I don't know why. But it's a lot of good principles in that whole story. You got a ship that's sinking in the middle of the North Atlantic. People are scared for their life. It's over. The ship is sinking, but you have individuals who are composed. You have individuals who are in panic, frantic mode, but you have individuals who are composed enough to say, hey, I'm going to help other people get onto these lifeboats, and I'm going to be selfless in a moment like this, and I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do at some point. Not many people can be in their own crisis and still have the heart or the willingness to want to help other people. Because you can easily just say, man, hey, man, I got to take care of me, bro. Man, watch out, man. I'm getting on the boat. Man, watch out. See, that's easy to do. It's easy for Brittney to say, look, man, hey, I'm Brittney Griner. I'm a celebrity. People know me. They don't even know these people, man. Y'all come get me. But she still thought about the other detainees because now she relates to being in that situation. She understands. And guess what? Whenever she comes home, we praying that she comes home in a timely fashion soon, she's not gonna ever be the same, bro. She's not gonna look at the world the same no more. She's not gonna look at the system, this system, America. She's not gonna look at it the same. She's not gonna look at people around her the same. I had a homeboy that went to prison, went to jail one time. He didn't go to prison. He went to jail. He was gone like 6, 7 months. He came back. It took him like 4 or 5 months to like start like even communicating with people again. He was like, everybody come around. He was like, dude, that's our boy. You know him. but it does something to him. And in her mind, she's not gonna be the same, because when you have the thought in your mind and the feeling in your mind when you are in a bad situation, and this is just human nature, that the world is still going on and functioning without you, it can do something to you in terms of like, well, man, because for Brittney Griner, the WNBA season is going on right now. The team she plays for, the Phoenix Mercury, they playing right now. But they not stopping the league. Her teammates still going out there playing, high-fiving. Now, that's not to say they not concerned about her, you know, because in a moment, in a pocket of time, they say, man, you know what? We're gonna go play basketball for a couple hours, take our mind out. Some people may even take the approach where, you know, we doing this for Brittney. We doing this on, we might put Brittney on our jersey, on our tennis shoes, or something like that. But from Brittney's perspective, she still may feel like, man, this thing is gonna go on, because it is. So she's not gonna be the same. Just like you wouldn't be the same if you went to prison. They locked you up for 5 years. In 5 years, yeah, them first couple of days, them first couple of months, your little mama, she gonna stick with you. She gonna write. She gonna send you a few letters. She might even drive up there and see you a couple of times. By that year, unless you got a solid one. There's a lot of solid ones that stand the test of time, but for the most part, by the year or so in, hey man, you doing 5, you doing 10. Sooner or later, life gonna start pulling her away. Something's gonna get in her ear and say, hey, baby girl, you know, you've been loyal to him. You got to live. You got to live. He gone. It's like somebody passed away. So life gonna go on. But if you're still around and you feel like more could have been done on your behalf, you're gonna feel some kind of way. E2 Clutch, we don't know what Trump would have done. People speak on that and they say that a lot because of Trump's relationship with Putin, but we don't know. We don't know what Trump would have done. Trump didn't care about black people. We make this mistake of, this narrative has been pushed out that Donald Trump, well, Trump was for the black people. Him and Joe Biden, neither one of them are any more for black people than the other one. Now, if that was some kind of political gain or some kind of bump up that he could get from doing that as a business decision, maybe. But it wouldn't be behind any type of just beneficent heart and loving care for this sister. We can't be doing that. And Louis Betancourt, you're right. Joe Biden, he ain't all there. He's steady. How old is Joe Biden, man? Because he I would look, I would not want to be, that dude is running the country. That dude be forgetting his thought. I'm 51, bro. I have moments where I might kind of, we all have moments where we like, man, you know what? I think we was, what I was finna say? We all do that. This dude here, man, this dude be tripping. They need to come with a age limit on the presidency around here. I'm just tripping. Hey man, moral of the story is this. Moral of the story is this. As Black people, we have to do better in terms of supporting each other, not supporting madness that we do. Don't miss the point. But in situations where there's been a misstep, a mistake, stop slamming the whole earth against your brother and your sister. And stop going public. Stop going on social media to condemn your brother or your sister. Stop doing that. Keep them thoughts to yourself and then process. Wait. And say and try to say or do something that's productive based on what the offense might be. It's not to justify nobody's wrong, mine or yours. It's not to do that. That's the point some of y'all took out of context. It's to say, look, hey man, we all done fell short and long. So we gonna support that sister because y'all support everybody else who's never done anything for us. So we backwards. We wired up wrong. Take the wire. Take this wire here. This wire supposed to be here. Take it and put it back where it's supposed to be, and take this and then put it back so you be wired up right. 35 is the minimum to become the president. I was joking about you can't be 80 when you run. But it don't matter, man, because America is the Titanic anyway. So it don't matter who it is or how old they are. I'm just joking around. But at the end of the day, this country is doomed. And according to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, America will go to war with Russia at some point. That I stand on, because he ain't told a lie yet. America and Russia will fight a war against each other. They will be engulfed in war at some point. Who was in the chat? Y'all said we didn't do no OG salute. Who came in the chat? Who did I miss? If I miss somebody, let me know before I go. Who did I miss that we should have gave an OG salute to? Because I was doing a lot of talking. I'm joking about them presidents, man. Look, no president's gonna save America, man. I'm just shooting slugs. If we as Black people, but in my opinion, any people, if we still thinking that a president, some wonderful president is going to come along and save America from the judgment that God have already started throwing down on America, we are crazier than I thought we was. And I guess we are, because we still going to the polls. You see how we acted, those of us in the Black community who didn't like Donald Trump, and those of us in the Black community who like Joe Biden. You see how it divided Black people. We were divided as Black people between two serpents. Come on, man. So if we still think that some kind of president is going to come along and make our condition better, and it ain't happened yet. It didn't happen when Obama was in office. Jovan, This is what I be having to explain to my little brother Jovan, and he knows this. When we have a subject that we are on, we stick to the subject. If this was open topic, which I do a lot, then you can ask me rap questions and other. But when we have a subject, I don't like to deviate from the subject. So when you ask me about this and that, I can't go into detail on that type of stuff because it takes me off of what we're talking about. Can you dig it? No disrespect, nothing but love. Helping hands. I need to start giving you the OG salute, Corinne. Hey man, number love, man. I'll catch y'all later, man. I'm out.